Bam! Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Community Spotlight on Wednesdays. Every Wednesday, forever,
and ever,
as long as every single one of you keep sending us your amazing pictures of your work in progresses and or your completed miniatures that you just want to show off and you want to ask us, like, hey, how could I improve my hobby? We're all here to help.
What do you think of this?
Yeah. So I've had some very interesting comments, and I really like the engagement on the comment section on the YouTube so far. I just think it could be a little bit more, but we are still growing as a channel. We are still getting a lot more views than I was expecting. So I think everything going so far, it's all really, really dang positive. So big thank you to you all, everyone that has been supporting us and that's watching us, because it has been an amazing journey, and this show is still very new. So the fact that we're already seeing an improvement is a really dang good sign. So I would like to think
that means.
Well, I would like to think that this is the direction the channel will go, because I've done a lot of things on the channel and we've tried a lot of things, and most of them don't work out, but I feel like this has been working out. So we're going to continue to do it.
Yeah, this has been sticking to the wall.
Yeah. So it's just really interesting to see it. It's really great to see. So we're really happy. So thank you very much, everyone. So I am drinking.
Yeah, cheers to that.
Yeah, very much cheers to you, to everyone here. So I'm drinking a still not sponsored by Suntory, a Hibiki Suntory whiskey. I believe this is this is a fancy one. I found this and was like, there's alcohol still in this. All right, cool.
I'm enjoying the Canadian punk rock classic, Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Awesome. Always awesome to see some classic, classic Canadian beers.
Well, I think it's actually American, but it's heavily involved in the punk scene because it's cheap.
Just like VB, but it's involved in Victoria Bitter, but it's involved in every scene because it is literally like $20 for 20 slab. So
exactly, buck of beer.
A buck of beer, yeah. All right. So we have had an influx of new images from you guys. So let us get cracking on to the episode then. So our first
100%.
Yep, our first model that we have today is by Mr. Adrian, who was featured on our first Community Spotlight. So he has come back and has obviously been very, very busy. And has picked up the brand new Warpsmith from the Shadow Spear box. And I think it looks bloody amazing. What do you think, Mr. Molly?
I think work was put in and work went well. First thing that strikes me is the conversion work and the change of pose.
Yep.
Where the stock one is very static and standing there with his big old hammer / axe.
Yep.
And being all warpsmithy. This one looks like it's about to cut some Primaris SOB in half.
Yes. Yep, definitely. I do really like that addition of the ultramarine arm there. I will say this, that is one of the best painted ultramarines I've ever seen. It's very well highlighted and it's very well weathered, and the gradients are very nice.
Immaculately highlighted.
And I'm like,
the extra attention to the victim. Mwah.
I love that the best ultramarines I've usually seen are the ones that are dead on a base. And I'm like, all right then.
That's a good use for an ultramarine. But even like the Mechanandrites, the way they're coming forward in a very aggressive tone, they look like snakes. coming forward to strike, and I think that's really cool. I love the thick, oily smoke sputtering out of the power pack. Like, it just gives that down and dirty Dark Mechanicus feel, which,
Yes.
again, wonderfully done, really well at setting the tone of the miniature.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, I do like the eyes as well. You're taking a page out of the painter's painting book. Basically, red eyes, dots of orange and yellow. And yeah, that's exactly how you should paint red eyes. That's exactly how you should do it. Yeah, all good. And I can see there's little dots of like orange on the mechadendrites as well, almost like they have eyes. So the mechadendrites are almost like snake, like Doc Ock style, like snake-like with their own little eyes and have their own little like minds of their own. So I think that's really really cool. Yeah, I do like the skulls, the pile of skulls, always nice.
Excellent basing.
Yeah, I think Chaos models should always have skulls on the base because it fits. It just fits.
Yeah. If the skull fits, right?
Yeah. I mean, pack of skulls, what, like, something like 300 skulls for like, $30. Not too bad.
Yeah, it takes a while to run through them all, I tell you what.
Yeah, it does. But I think it's well worth it, especially if you're not planning on rebasing them. So, do it once. That's it. Good. Never need to do it again. Yeah, so part 2 of this. What do we think Mr. Adrian could take this model further with? Oh, what do we think?
Not a heck of a lot that's making me go, that could be more. I love the grime on the boots. Like you said, the eyes are working out nice and well.
Yeah, it is less. It's less grime that we than we saw on his first submission.
Correct.
So obviously, we've made a difference there. I think. I like to believe. And yeah. So we can see like already there's somebody has actioned one of our little suggestions. I think
that's pretty rad. Maybe the edge of the power axe in some sort of glowy color.
Yeah. Do like some sort of power axe like effect, maybe a magma axe or something like that. Something.
Yeah, I was thinking magma because it fits the overall like tertiary color that he's using in the mechadendrites, where like between the spinal column segments, whatever, kind of have that orangey glow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Something to give into that like Hellforge themed. So it's like it's like very Doom-esque.
Yeah, Doom guy.
Yeah.
Also noted that black slick like Rick.
So he did message on comment on our first video that he did add in I believe it was Dark Reaper. He added in Dark Reaper into it, so it's like it's slightly off. It's all slightly got that weird like greenish tinge. It's like it's very interesting.
Yeah, and looks stellar. So hats off on that one, Adrian. Well done.
Yep. Anything else?
I guess maybe more Dead Space Marine could be fun.
Could be. It's always fun to see more Ultramarine heads on a pike. That's always fun to do.
Yeah. Or a nice bisected Son of McCrag. That's always a good place to put them.
Yep.
I have to say, the only interesting Ultramarines are Horus Heresy Ultramarines. Then they got so lame. Personal prejudice.
Too much following the book. Not enough using your gray matter brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, they became more bookkeepers than tacticians. I've got
Exactly, like the
yeah.
whole practical and theoretical thing they do in the heresy novels. It really fleshes them out and makes them feel um, less stupid.
Yeah, less like what the
Yeah.
hell's wrong with you? Are you not? Are you a tax accountant? What? I've got one thing to add. The placement of one of the mechadendrites, just on the chest, underneath the chest plate, the upper chest plate, just here.
Oh
It
yeah.
is directly on top of the axe hilt. I think that is just a part of the original model, but I think
Or
that
maybe
that
just
is.
a necessity of placement, and one can only bend things so much, right?
I think that if you wanted to, snip that off. Just snip it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, do a bit of a snip off, and if you really still want to do like a tentacle coming out of like it underneath his chest plate, Green Stuff World does sell these wonderful like kind of like two plastic rollers, textured like
Oh,
plates
they're awesome.
that you roll for tentacles, and I've done mechadendrites with them, and that is awesome. And since you already have a
Hmm.
mechadendrite, you can just chop off the tip and glue it on the tip of like your green stuff one, and you can manipulate that however you want. You can have it as long or as short as you want. But point is, like I
Yeah, yeah,
feel like that's a very
and
odd
get a lot of
placement.
natural motion in it.
Yeah, I feel like that's very
Yeah.
unnatural. Like yeah, that's
Uh,
really unnatural.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pimp out Green Stuff World for a sec. Check out their website. Their products are awesome.
Yep.
The chainmail molding block has saved my life on many
I
occasions.
need to get me one of those. I need to get me one of those, or like have my local hobby shop order one for me because yeah, I think that's freaking ace. I need more chainmail stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They're great for both Heresy era and Chaos stuff, and anything Age of Sigmar.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right then. Amazing model, Mr. Adrian. Amazing model. That's my smoker's cough coming out. And
It's funny because I'm the smoker.
yeah, and I've got the smoker's cough, and I'm like, what's going on there? All right, dang you, COVID.
Yeah, you're just borrowing it from me.
Yeah, the symptoms of COVID still. Well, not really symptoms, like after effects of COVID.
Fair. Glad you're feeling better though, Bill.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's get on to our second participant. Hello?
Mm.
Oh, there we go. Yes. So this image was sent to us by Adam, who is otherwise known as Tabletop on Tap on Instagram. I will have a link in the description
Tabletop on
below. Just so that,
Tap.
yes. So you can follow him on Instagram if you wish, or you'd like to, check out his other work as well. But what struck me the most was the two ye olde third edition models in the background, the Rhino and the Vindicator. The Vindicator.
Absolutely. And I can assure you, as someone who owns that Vindicator kit, it weighs as much as a brick. Like
'Cause it is a
a
brick.
handheld weapon.
It is a brick. It's like from what I remember, it was like it was one of the combi kits where like some parts were plastic and other parts were just like pewter, and it's like I definitely
Yeah.
remember the gun was fully pewter. And I think the side
The
panels were.
top, the back vents, the freaking loader mechanism, and the
Yeah.
armor plates on the side. Like seriously,
This thing is
you whip
more.
that at someone's head, they are not waking up.
Yeah, that is a seriously heavy model, but it is such an awesome characterful model. And it looks so good. Like, it literally, like, it still holds up really well. It's maybe a bit skinny.
Little skinny, but a good paint job. That generation of Rhino chassis tanks, they all still work really well.
Yeah.
I've had a handful over the years that I've sexied up and then moved on as I've moved on armies, but they always hold up really nicely.
Yep. I'd have to agree. Like, you put that on, like, any Space Marine battlefield, or even just, like, even just in Horus Heresy in 30K, like people aren't gonna bat an eye. That looks almost the same as the Deimos pattern Rhino. It looks almost the same.
Yeah.
I think the Deimos pattern was based on this kit anyway.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
So
not that front cupola specifically, but the other one it comes with, which is on the back side of it, because you'd have the option of flipping it depending on which front you wanted.
Yep. So I think that's really cool. But we're not talking about the main model, which is the new Chaplain on bike.
Chaplain on bike.
Yeah, which is an amazing Chaplain on bike and an amazing model. What do you think, Mr. Molly?
I'm gonna have to call this particular chaplain Father Grimdark. He is just the epitome of that merciless, gritty feel that 40K exudes. I really appreciate the black work on there. I like the dull, muted tones. Like, it's not quite a John Blanche painting, but it definitely kind of echoes those sentiments.
I think so too. What I think he has done is essentially like he's taken part of the what you should do to get that heavy metal style, and he's like toned it down a lot more. So you can see like he hasn't done any of the ultra highlights, which I think is a good thing, because very few models need the ultra highlights, and they look kind of cartoony because of it, like comical.
Yeah, unless executed perfectly, they end up looking very illustrative, very cartoony.
Yeah. They do.
Yeah.
I like the weathering, the discolored like metal on the exhaust. I like that a lot. I can see shades of purple in that, so I think that's really well done. I like the handle and also the bike handle as well. They're purple, a nice shade of purple, just to break it up a little bit because everyone does red.
Yep. It's a muted purple at that, so it doesn't distract from the overall feel of the model.
Yeah, it feels like a screamer pink. I think it is. Fitting purple over screamer pink. Yeah, it looks like it. And he's done a very nice job in highlighting the bolters and painting them red as well. So very, very classic as well. And I cannot stress to you guys enough. You need to highlight those reds, because reds unhighlighted look really flat. They look really, really dang flat.
Super flat, like wicked flat.
But he has done it over here, so very, very good job. Again, the eyes. We've also got another case of red eyes.
Yep.
I can see shades of oranges and yellow, and dots of oranges and yellow, which is really good. That is by the book. What you should do
did
for
my
reds.
super zoom. You are absolutely correct, sir.
That is absolutely what you should be doing. And I am not sure if this is like part of the kit of the head, but I do like that little like stud mohawk that he has on his skull helmet. That's a little bit
gives
of
that kind of Road Warrior Mad Max feel to it, hey?
Yeah. If I were to convert this just a little bit, I would have like snipped off the iron halo and basically like converted a little knob on the iron halo and just put it as like a big mohawk, like half of it is big mohawk.
Oh, that would have been slick, like Rick. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I would have just said like,
Totally
that's my iron halo. That's my iron mohawk. Yeah, gives me 4+ invul. There you go.
Yeah. +1 to all headbutts. I also love the dichotomy of the barbed wire and the beautiful little patch of flowers that is about to get run the fuck over.
Yeah, I did notice that. I was like, yes. Like, you're going to add a bunny next to it, next? It's like, oh. Just to emphasize that grim darkness.
It's in the grim darkness of the 41st millennium, there are no flowers, there is only war.
Well, there are flowers, they're just about to get trampled. There you go.
Yeah, through war.
Yeah, exactly. So really well done, Adam. I really enjoy this model. I really like it. I rarely get to see these models painted up. I think I've only seen two painted up in real life. I don't know why. I just see them gray a lot and not painted. So
Yeah, fair. The majority I've seen have been online or in my two locals display cases. I've
which
never
don't
actually
count.
seen painted one in the field.
Yeah, which do not count
Do not count.
because as we know, because we worked in that industry, it's like yeah, you're forced to paint them. There's no love in that. There's no love in that. That is
Yeah,
just
yeah.
you
That's
gotta do
sheer
it.
labor.
Yeah, which is not yours, Adam. So Cheerios, man. Cheerios. Very good.
Yeah,
Very good.
very good.
So part two of this segment, what do we think Adam could do to take this model further?
I would like to see a little bit of rust on those chains.
Yep. I think so too.
Yeah, I think that would help solidify that grim dark feel, and either take the Crasarius more into a weathered bone or more into a patinaed bronze. Because right now it's living in this weird Venn diagram between the two of them.
Yep. I can agree with that. It looks like it's weathered gold or really dark bone, so I can't really tell. Might be the camera, might be the pictures, might be the lighting, but honestly, like if it's like the 4 foot rule thing of like I can't really tell. So if we can't tell with a close up image, like 4 foot rule, yeah, most people won't be able to tell. So I agree.
Yeah.
Maybe another layer of highlights would really solidify what it is. Like if you were going to do patina like bronze or gold, do like a silver highlight just to like make it shine a bit more. If you were going to
Yeah,
do
and
bone,
get a little bit of green in those cracks, and you'd be not golden, but bronzen, brazen,
yes,
brazen.
yes. If you were going to do bone, like do some like bone highlights, like what was the color again? Skeleton Ushapti bone or something like that. No, not Ushapti bone. That's the dark one. Screaming skull was it?
A screaming skull's pretty freaking white.
Yeah.
Wraithbone? Are you thinking Wraithbone?
No, Raybone is also really white as well. I think like either one of those.
Yeah, it's just a little more yellow.
Yeah, like I think just either one of those paints would work. But you just need that like highlight to really show that it is bone, because you've done an excellent job on the helmet, and you've done like a skull bone thing on the knee pad, which I really appreciate.
Yeah.
But like this thing is
It
like
needs to break up the patterning of just like black. That is the majority of the side of that piece. That's really nice.
yep. But yeah, so this thing needs to be like needs something done to it, so just to make it like pop, because it is the big Crozier's weapon. So yeah, a bit of extra highlighting would never hurt. Also, on that train of thought, more weathering, more weathering. Like I feel the wheels
Bill loves the mud.
I feel the wheels are a bit too clean, and also the underside of this should be like a little bit dusty. So I would say get some weathering powders and just dab them in there just a little bit. It also would help to break up the black as well, just to add in a splash of color, a few earthy tones in there. Would also really help and bring this a bit more to life.
Not to mention solidifying that very grimdark feel. Like,
Exactly.
yeah, like this mofo's been riding for decades.
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, I think that's some pretty solid advice. That's very actionable. So yeah, freaking ace. But that is a great looking model, Alan. Thank you very much for sending it to us, and please send us more. We're very, very welcome to anyone and everyone to send us some stuff. Do not feel intimidated by some of the awesome models that you see here.
How can you not like looking at pretty models? That's pretty cool.
Exactly. No one should ever feel intimidated to send in their models. We accept anyone and everyone, and we will talk about your models objectively and fairly. We're not here to compare models. We're not here to judge people's models on the basis of each other. We're here to improve your hobby. So we're here to suggest.
Absolutely.
So don't ever feel threatened. Don't ever feel like, oh, my model's not good enough. Send it in. Send it in.
Oh, it's good enough.
Yeah, it's good enough.
And the only person worth comparing your work to is yourself.
Exactly.
Make improvements in your own techniques, your own style, and that's the only thing that really matters, because you're not the other person you're looking at painting. You don't have all the same factors going in there. Your work is not just valid, but it's freaking awesome.
Yeah,
all hobby is good hobby as long as it's progress, right?
Yep. Everyone's hobby is valid. Everyone's hobby is amazing. Send it in. Don't be afraid. Don't ever think that your hobby isn't worth it, because it is. So
yeah, we're not going to be like, oh, we hate everything you do.
Yeah, no, that's not us. That's not us.
Nah, that's not us.
Well, we'll save that for maybe the tabletop tactical or something like that. If we ever do like a list review thing where it's like, oh, this is shit.
Reavers? What the fuck are you doing with Reavers? I like their skull hats. Shut up.
Yeah, this is not the show for that. So thank you very much, Adam.
No. There's other shows for that.
There's other shows for that. So thank you very much, Adam. We are looking forward to see more of your work. And if you do action some of our suggestions, please feel free to send it to us, and we'll talk about it briefly on here as well to say like, hey, you did it.
Be absolutely thrilled.
Yes, I'd be absolutely thrilled. So thank you very much. We're moving on to our third submission, which is by Cheap, Fast, and Good. Pick 2. That is his actual name from Instagram, and he is running a commission painting studio, and he has sent us his amazing neon disco like a warp spider, and I think it's amazing. I think it is absolutely amazing.
This warp spider exarch is coming straight from freaking like a mountain rave in BC. He's having a good time. All the lasers are him. Yes. And it is phenomenal.
Yeah, yep. I like how smart he's done the blending on all the different colors, because there's a lot of different colors here. There's a lot of things going on. But you can break it down.
Yeah, most of the wheels showed up.
Yeah, you can break it down to like the color wheel. And you can see that the oranges and the yellows are blending into the purples and the maroons, which...
Holy shit.
Yeah, so that's a very smart move. That's very good placement on his part, because if he tried to... he or she, I don't actually know, if they tried to blend the oranges and the yellow to the blues, that's not a good time. That's not a good time. That just makes brown. That's a bad time. So very well done. I think a lot of this model can be put down to nothing fancy. It is just pure like back to basics, highlights and shades, like done to the extreme. And careful
with just a lot of forethought on palette and color placement.
Yeah, yep.
This was not a haphazardly painted model. Like, this did not happen organically. This had to have been planned.
Yep, exactly. Which is a really good indication, because I personally feel that every single person in the world has the potential to paint like this, because all the techniques here, like every single technique that I've seen on this model, which is layering, highlights, ultra highlights, wet blending. I've seen wet blending on this thing. These are things that can be done on a normal palette and a brush, just a normal brush.
No fancy equipment required. No solvents, no crazy gem tone paints from Spain, none of that stuff.
Yep. So I think this is a very good indication of how good a painter is, because you're doing more with less, and that's always the mark of
Yeah,
mark of a good painter, a mark of a good artist in general.
absolutely.
A bit of art school tech. There you go. Terminology. Like the mark of a good artist is when you deprive them, see what they make. There you go.
Yeah, very much so. Definitely agree. Um, I love the like little trickle of warp dust on the base. It's
Mm.
almost like the after effects of him warping in.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing is, right, I have seen bases like that are done just with stippling. Actually, I think that is how he's done. He's done like stippling with like just paints,
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong, man.
because that is a very simple base to do, but on its own, it doesn't look good. And people like poo poo it a lot. People poo poo it a lot. And it's like, but when you add it to a model that works with it, it looks amazing. It works with it.
Very much.
So
Very
again,
much.
I think a theme for this episode is basing is very important. So basing well done, model well done equals very good model equals very good model, which I would have
Hmm.
to agree. I do also like the color choice of the green gemstones. Green is a color that the human eye picks up a lot, and shows up as very, very bright. Even with a lot of bright colors around, you can still pick the gemstones really pop as well.
Yeah,
Still,
and even like
just
the green veins on the end of the death spinners, like they pop and they jump at you.
yes, yes. So that is again very good color choices. Again, using the color wheel, going back to basics, and going, what are my complementary colors? What are people going to see? How am I going to plan out this model? That's really well done. That's really well done.
Monstrously well done. Especially to see such a um, elderly model painted in such a modern palette.
Yeah. That the warp cider kit still looks all right, but is really showing its age. Like those blades are really damn thick, and
Oh, they're
he
double
is
C thick.
yeah, and they are so squat compared to the new Elder models, but they still work and look good. They just
Hmm.
need an update.
Hmm.
They just need an update. But again,
Yeah,
can still hold their own, especially with a good paint job. The BAM, they're good.
yeah. Wham bam. Thank you very much. Cheap, fast, and good pick too.
Yep. What do we think for part two, Mr. Molly? How could
Not a whole heck of a lot.
how could they improve this?
Um, Maybe a little more going on the non-pinky sparkly bit of the base, just a little more texture, a little bit
Okay.
of highlighting to bring it up. Um, Other than that, like nothing's really jumping out at me as needing like just that tiny bit of elevation or tweak, as it were.
My next steps for this would be, I think that this model is amazing on its own, but I think a model as bright as this, if you are going to put it on a tabletop, it will disappear. It looks amazing on a black background, but once you put it on the
Yes,
table, the 4 foot rule,
it
and also with the other colors in the background, it's not.
will get
It'll
lost within itself, right?
yeah, it'll get lost within itself, and the background just a little bit. It will still be really bright, and people will still look at it and go like, "Whoa!" But I think if you really wanted to get this like really like wow, the wow factor out there, I believe Gundam does have like their shield kits. They sell like transparent
Hmm.
plastic, like hexagonal like shield bits, and you can get them as small as like I've seen Tau players use them on drones, so you can get them pretty small. So I think
Hmm.
you do that on this guy. do it on the back or something, or maybe like on one of his corners. That'll raise his model up and be like that is something special.
Not to mention add a little bit of dynamic story to the model because it's like the warp jump just closing behind him.
Yeah. And if you do
Yeah.
that, if you do that, Chief Fast and Good, I would highly recommend you send an email to White Dwarf, to the guys at White Dwarf, because they will be very, very keen on you using that model, on them using that model, because hey, the Eldar just got released, so there you go, they're in the spotlight.
Yeah,
I think-
the strike while the iron's hot, hot like those blades.
Yeah. I mean, man, like a really well done, really good work. Touche. You'll have a link down below to his Instagram if anyone would like to commission some stuff off him. I'm not sure about their prices, but hey, great work.
Yeah, whatever they are, worth it.
Yep, very worth it. All right, next we're gonna go on to our fourth entry, which is hello. There you go, by Angel, otherwise known as the 40K Babe, and it is another chaplain on bike, and this is a work in progress by Angel.
Certainly is.
Yes.
And the work is going very good.
Very, very good. So I really like how clean these highlights are. That line,
Yeah.
that line just on that panel.
That
is
one
so-
long one, yeah, that's mind blowing.
That's mind-blowingly accurate, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, perfectly straight, perfectly consistent thickness. The fuck?
Yeah, that's not okay. That's not okay. That's not noble.
That's not fair.
Not fair. Like I would have, if I were to do that, I would have to clean up that model so much.
So much. There would be so much post production.
So much post-production. And yeah, so I can see that you've done like almost like a neon kind of like, almost like a neon highlight where like all the edges are being highlighted and stuff like that, and you've even highlighted all the rivets as well, which is a very very ambitious choice, but I think you've pulled it off very well.
Keeping the bike chassis monochrome like that, like even the skull is in the same gray black palette. Freaking brilliant.
Yep.
And again, bold. A very bold choice, because if executed incorrectly, it would look like nothing. But this is gorgeous.
Yeah, I think because she hasn't painted the top torso portion yet, I think just keep going with the monochrome, paint everything in black and gray, and with that kind of like those highlights, and I think this would be a pretty special model. It would be a pretty special model. I've got some advice for part 2, but all in all, I think that with a combination of the slight metallics, the bolters, the book, and the Crozius, the handle, the leather handle on the Crozius, are kind of like a deep maroon. I kind of like that. She's really going for a theme, like an LA noir theme, where everything's like really dark, gritty, and with splotches of red here and there, but not like that bright red. You get this weird like maroon red. There's really dark maroon red, so I think that's pretty good. I think that's really dang good. It's a really well done job. I think there's a lot of potential in this model.
Pretty please send a finish pic. Oh my god.
Yes. Please send a finish pic if you do hear us here. Get this before you finish it.
Yeah.
And I don't think it would be fair to do like a part 2, because this is a work in progress. But what would you suggest as the next steps for this model?
I'm gonna agree with you on keeping the bulk of the model as monochrome as possible. Maybe if you need like a stark point of contrast, just the skull helm or the halo.
Okay. Yep.
In either like a bone white or like an antiqued bronze or gold for the halo. But keep on keeping on, yo.
Yep.
A little bit of exhaust grime around the end of the exhaust pipe. That would be cool. And I look forward to seeing it complete with maybe a little more, stuff on the base. Like whether that's industrial or urban detritus or static grass and what have you, but like a little more texture on the base. But otherwise, I can't think of anything to suggest on making this, like moving forward with this.
Yep, exactly. It is freaking amazing. It's good. It's good work. It's good work. It's good, honest work.
Good, honest work.
I think that if you are able to do a monochrome kind of paint job on him, where the skull, I would say even the skull, just make it pure white. I don't want any bone on it. Just pure white.
Like stark.
And very, very stark, but you weather this thing. Yeah, you put like earthy tones in like the recesses. You do like oxidization on like where the lining of the armor kind of like meets like the two sections, and you use that as kind of like almost like a point of interest, like as splashes of color. I think that will be a very, very interesting, a very bold effect that is very, very different. It's a very different painting style, and I've tried it myself, and it does work. But you have to be very careful of where you put these things and how much you put this thing, and you have to be very clean in the beginning, very, very clean in the beginning. So I tend to use it a lot on the white models, like if you're painting Tau, like in the Viola scheme where they're like white and red, works really well. I think that because of all the lines on this chaplain and all the highlighting you're going to be able to do on it, I think this would work with it too.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. Angel backslash 40K babe, holy crap, you're on to something brilliant.
Yes. Please send us, a finished photo of it later on. If
Please?
you do action some of our next steps, and we will make sure to give it a mention on here, and hopefully you will be able to watch this.
Yeah, we will.
You will definitely be able to watch this. And a massive storm is about to roll over my apartment building, and it's very, very dark now, as you can see.
Oh my god, like I glanced over at the screen and suddenly you're like, film noir lighting.
Yeah,
it's
now
like you're about to get the case of your life.
Yeah, now I just need like a little hat, like a little like bowler's hat, and I'm like, yeah, I'm like in the LA noir.
It's a dark and stormy night.
Yes. Oh man, look at this dynamic lighting. You can't pay for this.
Can't pay for this. Golden hour. I got nothing.
Yeah, but thank you very much, Angel. We are going to move on to our fifth entry. Bam, by Mike.
Sup, Mike?
By Mike. Again, he is one of our. He did submit a model on our first ever community spotlight, and he has come back.
Yeah,
and
that
submitted.
Spotify looking mofo.
Yep. He did mention where it was, where it came from. I've completely forgotten. I'm very sorry, Mike, but it from what I remember, it was a board game of some sort. So very interesting board game. I'd be very interested in trying to play it, or even watching a YouTube video of somebody playing it.
Yeah,
because these are pretty cool models.
Movie definitely had a very cool aesthetic. And where there are cool aesthetics, they're often a good game.
Yep. But freaking awesome models and very proportional. Very proportional.
Very.
A lot better than the Asian Canadian kids with their gigantic heads, hands, and feet. Everyone's size 14.
Yes.
And size 14 gloves.
Canadian. Ooh.
Like big men. Oh, okay.
Yeah, their gloves only come in extra large. Their shoes only come in Shaquille O'Neal. That's all they got.
Jeez. You ever think it's just one size fits all, and just they just have really overly sized boots, and they just learn to get used to it?
Maybe they all have tiny wee feet, and they're just in really big boots because of the bureaucracy of the Minnesorium.
One size fits. Yeah, one size fits all, which is just another word for one size fits no one.
Absolutely not a person in this whole wide world.
Yeah. Oh God.
Moving back to Mike's minis.
Very, very good minis. Very, very Pripyat.
Very good minis.
I get the stalker vibe just by looking at them, and I feel like I should be hiding behind like a barrel and trying to sneak past them.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep, it is extremely pointed on the current political turmoil right now in the Ukraine, because it's that is where Chernobyl is.
You get a very sense of irregular combatants from these two miniatures.
Yep.
I love the way that, despite the fact that the miniatures are very similarly posed, they each come across as very unique, even though they're using the same palette.
Yep, abso-bloody-lutely. I love the gas masks that they come with. It isn't overly done. I can see you've done brown shades on the gas mask, which I think is a really cool aesthetic. It's very different than what you would usually do, because usually you just non-oil it and kind of leave it at that. But you've done some browns in there, which is really, really nice. I like the different tones, because although it is essentially a guy with a green coat and blue pants, and a guy with a blue coat with green pants, they're all different shades of the same color.
And they look very natural to the way that cloth discolors and warps over time, the way light plays with it, especially they look like they've been out in the field for a little bit.
Yeah, they look like, you know what, you might need a shower. You might need a shower, Ivan.
Yeah, you might be wearing that gas mask just for you.
Yeah. Which should be standard practice, but never know with these things. All right then. Let's get on to part 2 of this. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna pause this just a minute. I need to get my laundry inside. And we're back. Very professional.
Holy crap!
Very professional outfit here. Just yep. Laundry. You need to take in the laundry.
Hey, we all live our lives, even when our lives revolve around tiny, tiny men.
Exactly. So what do we think for part 2? How could Mike take his hobby further?
I only really have 2 very minor suggestions. A little bit of shading on those AKs.
Right, okay.
I think a little mix of Null Oil and Agrex Earth Shade, a little heavy on the Earth Shade, would just bring them to life, give them a little more depth.
Yep.
And on the left-hand figure, the right knee, I had to zoom in to notice, but there's just a little bit of tidy up time to doing that brighter green edge to the knee pad where it bled a little bit onto the pants. And that's a quick and easy fix. But otherwise, I think the aesthetic works brilliantly.
Yep.
And like you said, it has that stalker vibe.
Yes, definitely that stalker vibe. I would like to see him lean a bit more into the stalker vibe, So again, just like in episode one, I want to see
Mhm.
him do ultra highlights on these, but very selected ultra highlights, like I did with my Deathco Krieg, where it's just on the
Yeah.
raised areas, but also just on the areas which is like top down, maybe like a 45-degree angle or something. Really force that perspective where it's like, all right, yeah, these are. This is not a friendly escapade going on here.
Hmm. Like really up the contrast between light and dark,
Yeah, give it
shadow, and yeah.
yeah, give it that kill zone feel. Give it that kill zone feel.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Yeah, and
Right on.
yeah. Other than that, I think the AKs are a little bit shiny as well. Maybe like grime them up a bit more, and possibly be careful about your placement of the models on the base, because I can see both of them are fairly like close to the edge to the back.
Hmm.
I feel like the model isn't very centered and isn't very well balanced. If you do that, if you do choose to do that, but that's a very minor thing. So for me,
Super minor.
I would tend to try and have a model like at least the core of the model like is somewhere in the middle of the base.
Um, or if you choose to go to an extreme edge, do something with the base during in that negative space.
Yeah. So especially on
Whether it's texturing, rust, a little bit of barbed wire, some scrub, whatever you want to do. Just like fill that negative space with something.
yeah, I mean like if we're going for stalker vibes here, put in a bush, put in some bush, like
Yeah.
some foliage would do well in that. It's just like yeah, cool.
Hmm. Hmm.
Freaking
Hmm.
awesome, freaking awesome. Anyway, yeah, thank you very much,
Very
Mike.
awesome.
We definitely look forward to
Appreciate it.
more images from you. We love having your pictures over, and from anyone else watching and anyone else on Mike's like Instagram, feel free to send us your plastic toy soldiers to come in and review. We do not just do Warhammer 40k. We do D&D. We do board games. We do whatever conversions you have at home. Like
Whatever.
it's
Yeah.
it's good. It's good. It's all the same
Send
hobby.
us your kit bashed Malifaux War Machine Horde, Epic 40k, Mana War, frickin' confrontation miniatures, and we will love them and we will talk about them.
Send us your hand sculpted miniatures that you've just made out of like
Yes,
clay and garbage. That is also good as well. That has value as well.
that is damn good hobby.
Yeah. Yep. Shout out to Walsinger. His Catans freaking amazing, and I'm
Freaking
very
amazing.
very excited. So he sculpted them out of Yoo-hoo glue, out of hot glue and Yoo-hoo glue, with some wire mesh.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Hey man, some
So
people just got those mad wacky skills, right? That they can
yeah.
like just MacGyver stuff.
Yeah, so all hobby is valid. All hobby is amazing. Send them to us. We want
Hmm.
more stuff. And this will be usually the time we end it, but we have a very special announcement. So we'll go on to the next slide.
Very special.
So this is a an auction, a fundraiser auction organized and done by Dreamforge Studio Painting. He was featured on last week's community spotlight. He did that amazing Cthulhu model, and
Oh my god.
so I got talking with him, and apparently he's been having a hell of a time trying to advertise this. I don't know why, but apparently like Instagram and Facebook are really like taking it down and shadow banning this post. But I'm putting it on here now because I think it's a really good cause. All the profits are donated to help Ukrainians with their current like horrible situation over there. And
Yeah,
I
relief
think
on the ground goes a long way.
yep, exactly. So I believe it is still up, and if it is not up, definitely keep up to date. His eBay is just there on the link. And I'll also have a link down
And I was
below.
on there earlier today. He has several pieces that are fundraiser pieces that are Ukrainian themed or in a color scheme that reflects the Ukrainian flag.
Yes.
There's an Invader ATV up there, as well as this beautiful Command Chimera. A number of other models. I've shared it on my social media. Please check it out, and if you are not able to bid on it, share it.
Yeah, like honestly, it is a very very good cause. We both have friends over there in Ukraine. I think I've had a bit on it. Like I think you've had a bit on it or something like that. And like yeah, like it's a very good cause. Come down, check it out. Give Dreamfall Studios some support, especially on this very very good, like very very well painted model. You may get it, and then you'll have a great
And
you'll have a great snapshot of history.
Great snapshot of history, and know that every dollar you spent went towards making someone in a very difficult situation a little less challenged. To be as diplomatic as possible, because it's getting pretty unpleasant over there.
Yeah. They started targeting civilian sectors and like civilian infrastructure.
Yep.
So power, electricity, internet. It's like it's not a good time.
Complexes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not
I've seen some videos my buddy has sent to me, and it's scary stuff, guys. So
Yeah.
definitely do what you can to help out. If that means sharing this around, if that means just talking about it with your friends, do so. Because the more we spread information around, the more we can support. And
Yeah.
that's good.
I mean, hey, you and your buddies could also go in on like a bid. Like you don't individually have to join in a bid, but you and your buddies can pull resources together and like just each of you put in $10 and make a higher bid than the next guy. That's all good as well.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom. All in all,
That's a
all in all, great cause. I really support what he's doing, and I just wish I had the resources to do the same. But
Yeah, and on top of it, beautifully painted miniature as always. Far beyond my personal capacities, and I am not ashamed to say that.
Yep. I mean, good on him. Good on him. Support him. Support what he's doing, and yeah, thank you very much for paying attention and watching this video. Like we really had fun.
We appreciate it.
We really appreciate it. This has been like an amazing journey. We love doing these videos, and we are definitely going to keep doing it for as long as you guys want to see it, and for as long as you guys send us your stuff. So we really want you guys to send us more stuff. I have had quite a lot of stuff be sent to me from people, but there's always room in the hard drive for more.
Always room for more.
I've got a 1 terabyte hard drive, and I want to fill that with like hobby, like the spotlight, the hobby spotlight images. So come on, we're gonna do it every Wednesday. We want those images. We want to see what you're doing. We want to celebrate what you're doing. We want to recommend things. You do not have to action them, and we are definitely not.
Oh, by no means.
Yeah, and we're definitely not critiquing you. This is just our personal opinions as two ex-GW employees, what we think would help in your hobby and will further your hobby. But again, we really appreciate the people that have come and stepped forward, because obviously this is a very small channel, and to give us that amount of trust is a really special thing. So thank you so much.
Really special.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we do have the Monday Hobby Ramblers show that we are interviewing. Not really interviewing, I guess it's like a talk show with people from
like having a conversation.
Yeah, we're just having a conversation about their hobby, how they got started, what they're excited about, what they're concerned about. I think it's a really interesting show. We've got a variety of different people on there, so please don't forget to check it out. And yeah, don't forget to tune in every Wednesday for the Community Spotlight. And yeah, amazing
And
stuff.
one more time, give us your things. Give us your things.
Give us your things. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. Click that bell icon, like us, comment down below, start a conversation below. We really want to start a conversation below, and we want more people to comment on these videos. We want to see that you guys enjoy it, and share it around.
What you like that we're doing, what you would like to see us do. Because we are open to all sorts of suggestions. We want to celebrate the hobby with y'all. And we've said it before, we'll say it again, all hobbies, good hobby.
Yes, exactly. If you want us to travel to Warhammer World and you want us to give the community spotlight, treatment to the Warhammer World stuff in the cabinet, we'll do that. We'll do that.
We'll do that. We just need a few more of you to subscribe.
Yeah, we need a few more baker's dozens of you to subscribe and see how that goes.
Yeah.
But
that would be a trip. Holy crap!
That would be a trip, and I'm pretty sure the Warhammer painter guys would be just like sweating in their boots, going like, "Oh no, oh no,
oh no!" Critical nerds that used to work here.
But either way, share this video around. Thank you very much. Have a good day, everyone. Keep your heads on. Things are hard right now, but it is going to get better. Thank you for the support. Please continue supporting us, and we love you all. Have a good day.
Very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.